Students, welcome back. Yesterday we were doing a topic that we have to start. I told you somewhat we have started that East India Company began trade in Bengal, right? So when did East India Company started doing the trade in Bengal? So children, when East India Company started through the sea route to come towards India and do the trade work, so what were the things that were being coming around were, first of all, where they will set up their factory, right? Because for every initial thing we need a place from where we can start a trading, right? So what they did, they established their first factory in 1651 on river Hooghly, right students? So they have settled up their factory, and there over there near that factory only there were warehouses where they were keeping their all the stuff, all the materials that they were purchasing from different places. They were storing it over there in the warehouse, and from there those materials were being exported, right? The children, the company traders, the person who were doing trading, that time they were known as factors, right? They were known as factors. Now what happened is, by 1696 a fort began to be building around the settlement, right? Now what happened, like when after sometimes when Britishers were having almost powers in the country, so what they did ki, like in like yesterday I told you, when in the public sectors, when we go and we want our work to be done earlier, many of the people, what they do, they give bribe means rishwat, right? They are giving bribes to the officials so that their work can be done easily and faster. So similarly, at that time, Britishers wanted to convey their powers and want to do their work more efficiently. They started giving bribes to the Mughal officials, right? Now Mughal officials, the bribe that they were giving them the higher ranks, like they were giving them the zamindari rights of a particular village, right? So that they will be those Mughal persons will be very thankful to the Britishers and will obey and will do whatever the English people will tell them to do, because they have given him that particular rank, right? One of these was Calicut, which later grew into a city of Calcutta or Kolkata as it is known today, right? Now the word here you can see in a bold letters, that is Farman. Children, Farman is nothing, it is just a royal order that was being ordered by the royal people, so to the different peoples, or you can say the normal peoples of that particular village or city, so that they should obey the message that has been given by the royal. The company tried continuously to press more concessions and manipulate existing privileges, right? Now what did company started doing? They started giving more bribes, or you can say more concessions, so that they can manipulate the people, right? They can very easily manipulate the people towards themselves. The company the right to trade duty free. Now what they wanted, because that children, you are aware of the word tax, right? So when exporting and importing is done, a tax, the word is used over there as duty, right? So why the company were giving all the privileges and all the concessions to the Mughal rulers that time, so that they could get duty free. Free means no much tax should be put on them, right? No, no much duty should be charged for the material they are exporting, right? Causing an enormous this they refused to pay, causing an enormous loss to revenue for Bengal. How could Nawab of Bengal, Murshid Quli Khan, not protest? Now what happened is that they were carrying so much amount of the things that for the private trade on that side, that when you are not paying, so how can you get the economical value of that particular state in a good manner, right children? After that, what happened, now when these trade were going on, so next topic that we will be covering is how trade led to the battles, right? How trade now how this trade thing that they were doing were being creating a condition of battles amongst the companies as well as the Nawab. So what happened in the early 18th century, there were problems created between the people means the company and the Nawabs of Bengal. Why? Because company wanted their trading should be done duty free, whereas Bengal Nawabs wanted that they should give revenues, or you can say duties, right? Now after the death of Aurangzeb, right, here it is, children, here see it is written, after the death of Aurangzeb, the Bengal Nawab asserted their power and autonomy as the regional powers were doing at that time. So what happened is, when Aurangzeb died, right, when Aurangzeb died, the different people, the different Nawabs of the particular places, they started assuming themselves as a royal person and started asserting their powers on the people, right? So there are few names of different Nawabs after Aurangzeb, and those names are Murshid Quli Khan, Ali Vardi Khan and Siraj-ud-Dullah, right? These were the different Nawabs of Bengal after Aurangzeb, right? Murshid Quli Khan was followed by Ali Vardi Khan and Siraj-ud-Dullah as a Nawab of Bengal. Each one of them was a strong ruler. Yes, see children, you can see here it is each of them, whether it is Murshid Quli Khan, whether it is Ali Vardi or Siraj-ud-Dullah, all were strong rulers. What they do, what they did, they have refused to the company to give concession, right? Demand a large tribute for the company's right to trade, denied it any right to mint coins, and stopped it from extending its fortification, right? Now what these Nawab did, they have refused the company for being given a concession, and they were charging high duties on them, right? Accusing the company to deceit, they claimed that the company was depriving the Bengal government a huge amount of revenue and undermining the authority of the Nawab. Now what was happening is, because when they have started denying all the rules that were being made by the East Company towards the Bengal Nawabs, what they did, they were saying to the company that because of them Bengal is going down in the economical value, they have to pay the high tax, right? And secondly, Nawabs also thought that they are depriving means they are not listening or not accepting the rules of the royal things, that is the Farman that I told you. It was refusing to pay taxes, writing disrespectful letters, and trying to humiliate the Nawabs and his officials, right? So now what happened is, the company started doing, they were refusing to pay taxes. Secondly, they were writing disrespectful letters to the royal Nawabs, as well as they were humiliating them also in front now and then. The company on its part declared that the unjust demand of the local officials was ruining the trade of the company. Now on the second part, what was company claiming? That company was claiming that because of this injustice and undeprived rule, or you can say the unjust demands of the Nawabs, it was ruining matlab means there was a declination in the trade done by the company. The trade could flourish only if the duties were removed. Now according to the company, they were saying that they can only make profit with their things, or with the material that they are exporting, is when those materials will be made duty free. The conflicts led to counterfactuals and finally culminated in famous Battle of Plassey. Now what happened? These conflicts that were being created between the company and the Nawabs, soon it grew into such harsh condition that a condition of battle came in front, and that battle that came in front was the biggest battle, and that battle was Battle of Plassey. Children, tomorrow we will be doing this Battle of Plassey in a brief manner.